Good morning, all of you. Today we will learn about the speed control of DC motors. In our yesterday class, we will discuss about starters of the DC motors, 3-point starter, 4-point starter, and 2-point starters. So what is the need of starters means at the time of starting, back EMF of motor equal to 0. So back EMF 0 means no counter EMF, no counter EMF. So no counter EMF means motor takes more current at the time of starting. Motor takes more current at the time of starting. So that more current will damage the motor armature, commutator and brushes. To avoid that one, we use starters. In starter, in DC motor starters, an external resistance is connected in series with the armature at the time of starting. So that resistance is gradually decreases. 1 minute. So external resistance is connected in series with the armature to limit the starting current. That resistance is gradually decreases when motor is accelerating. So when motor reaches rated speed, the total resistance is cut out from the circuit. In starters, we have another parts, no volt coil and overload coil. No volt coil holds the handle at its final position, and overload coil protect the motor from overloads. So this is all about the starters of the DC motors. Today we will discuss about speed control of the DC motor. Speed control of the DC motors. So in this method, in this speed control, we have mainly 3 types. So in this speed control, we have this. We have 3 methods: flux control method, armature control method, voltage control method. So first of all, we know that back EMF in a DC motor is nothing but generated EMF. Back EMF equal to pi Z by 60 into P by A. So this is the equation for back EMF. So this is the equation for back EMF in a DC motor, pi Z by 60 into P by A. So that means back EMF is proportional to, so this back EMF is proportional to, EB is proportional to flux and speed. Flux and speed. So back EMF is proportional to flux and speed. Remaining all parameters are constant. Poles are fixed. Once the machine design means poles fixed. Total number of conductors fixed. Parallel paths fixed. So that means only variables are flux and speed. Flux and speed. So from this equation, speed is proportional to back EMF. Speed is proportional to back EMF by flux. Back EMF by flux. Flux means field flux, and is the speed of the motor in RPM. Speed of the motor in RPM. That means, so in a DC motor, speed is proportional to back EMF and flux. So we know that, for example, in a shunt motor, supply voltage V equal to EB. Supply voltage V equal to EB plus IARA. EB plus IARA. EB plus IARA. So from this, EB equal to V minus IRE. From this equation, EB equal to V minus IARE. EB equal to V minus IARE. So therefore, speed is proportional to EB by flux. That therefore, speed N is proportional to V minus IARA, V minus IARA by flux. V minus IARA by flux. So that means speed of the motor depends upon voltage, supply voltage, armature resistance drop, and flux, field flux. So these supply voltage, speed depends upon supply voltage, armature resistance drop IARA, and field flux. So if you vary the applied voltage V, speed of the motor varies. If you vary the armature resistance drop IARA, speed of the motor varies. So if you vary the field flux means field current varies. So this flux is proportional to field current. That means this flux is replaced with field current. So speed is inversely proportional to field current. So that means speed of the DC motors is controlled by varying supply voltage, that is input voltage, armature resistance drop, and field flux or field current, By using these three methods, we vary the speed of the DC motor. So speed control of DC shunt motor, we have mainly we will discuss about shunt motor speed control and series motor speed control. Shunt motor speed control and series motor speed control. So in shunt motor speed control, flux control method, armature control method, and voltage control method. So three methods. We have three methods: voltage, armature resistance drop, and flux control method. In this series motor, flux control method, variable resistance with the armature, and a series parallel control of the field winding. So this is the shunt motor, speed control of the shunt motor, how we control the speed of the DC shunt motor. So in shunt motor means armature and field. This is the armature of the shunt motor. This armature is connected in parallel with the field. So that means it is a shunt motor. So in field control, field flux control method, a variable resistance is connected. This is a variable resistance in a series with this field winding. A variable resistance is connected in series with this field winding. So this is a variable resistance. Is connected in series with the field winding. So if you vary this field rheostat from minimum value to maximum value, current through this coil varies. That is IF value varies. Suppose if RF is at minimum position, that means external resistance or field resistance, external value RF is at a minimum position. So minimum resistance means current is maximum. That means field current is maximum. IF is maximum. So maximum current, minimum resistance. So maximum current will allow through this field winding. Allowable maximum current is allowed. So this current is proportional to flux. So this IF is proportional to flux. IF is proportional to flux means if this coil carries maximum current, that means IF is maximum, flux is also maximum. So from the above discussion in our last slides, so speed is inversely proportional to flux. So remaining all parameters are constant. If you give constant voltage, constant input voltage, and other constants, constant current through the armature, so that means the speed is inversely proportional to flux. So current maximum, flux maximum. Flux maximum means speed is minimum. So that means motor runs at minimum speed. So when this resistance is increased, so this resistance, this rheostat resistance is increased from minimum value to maximum value gradually. So this resistance value increases, current through this coil decreases. Current through this coil decreases because resistance means it opposes the flow of current. It opposes the flow of current. So when portion increases, current through this coil decreases. Current through this coil decreases means IF value decreases. IF value decreases means the flux value also decreases. So flux decreases means this flux decreases means speed value increases. Flux decreases, speed value increases. So that means if RF is minimum, maximum current, maximum flux. Maximum flux means speed is minimum. So when resistance increases, current decreases. Resistance value increases. Suppose this resistance value, RF value increases, this current value decreases. So current decreases means flux also decreases. Flux decreases means speed increases. So finally, if RF is maximum, so this is in cut in position. Finally, cut in. Final total resistance is included in the circuit. The total external resistance is included in the circuit. So current through this coil is minimum. So current through this coil is minimum means flux is also minimum. Flux is also minimum means speed is maximum. Speed is maximum. In this manner, DC shunt motor speed is varied by flux control method. So I will explain clearly with another slide. See, so this is the speed control of DC shunt motor. Speed control of DC shunt motor with flux control, same. So shunt motor means armature and field, two windings are connected in parallel. A series rheostat, this is a series rheostat, is connected in series with the field winding. This is the field winding. This field winding. A series rheostat is connected in series with the field winding. We give constant voltage, constant input voltage. Here this is the voltage, input voltage is constant. Supply voltage is constant. Rated value, we give rated value. So only flux control method means so rheostat is connected in series with the field winding. So suppose this rheostat is at minimum position. This rheostat is at minimum position. R is minimum. This minimum resistance means maximum current, maximum field current. Minimum resistance means field current is maximum. IF is maximum. So maximum field current means flux is also maximum because field current is proportional to flux. So that field current, because every current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. This field current produces necessary magnetic flux. So IF is maximum, flux is maximum. So we know that speed is inversely proportional to flux. Speed is inversely proportional to flux. So this flux is maximum means speed is minimum. Flux is maximum means speed is minimum. So minimum speed, motor runs at minimum speed when the flux is maximum. Motor runs minimum speed when the flux is maximum. How we get maximum flux? So when current through this coil is maximum, how the current is maximum? This resistance is at minimum position. This external resistance is kept at cut out position. Cut out means so no resistance is included in the circuit. No external resistance, just connected, but the resistance is disconnected. The minimum resistance is offered. We offer here minimum resistance. Minimum resistance means field current is maximum value. The field current is maximum value. Maximum field current means flux. Field current is proportional to flux. So therefore maximum flux. So maximum flux means speed is minimum. Minimum speed. That means motor runs at this speed. Motor runs at this minimum speed. If you draw a curve between speed versus speed versus flux or field current. Shunt current or field current, both are same. Shunt current or field current or flux. So if you take shunt current or field current or flux axis, if you take speed on y-axis, if you draw a curve, so this is the operating point, minimum speed of the machine. So at cut out position. When this resistance gradually increases, Suppose this resistance gradually increases. Resistance increases means current through this coil decreases. Current through this coil decreases means this current is proportional to flux. Because field current is proportional to flux, current decreases, flux also decreases from maximum value. Flux decreases means if this value decreases, speed gradually increases. Speed gradually increases. That means speed gradually increases in this manner. Speed gradually increases in this manner. Now, total resistance is included in the circuit. R is maximum value. R is at a maximum value. If R is maximum, current is minimum. Current minimum means flux is also minimum. Flux minimum means speed is maximum. So this is the maximum value of speed. The maximum value of speed. Maximum. So maximum, minimum. Maximum and minimum. So in this manner, DC motor speed control, DC shunt motor speed control is possible with the help of flux control method by varying the field current. By varying the field. If anyone having doubts regarding this one, anyone have doubts, please ask me. Any doubts regarding flux control method of DC shunt motor? Okay. So this is the flux control method of DC shunt motor. So shunt motor means both are contained parallel, field winding and armature winding. Shunt means parallel. Shunt means parallel. Next, same shunt motor with the armature control method. In last case, we field control method. So in last case, flux is controlled. Here, armature control method. So armature control method. So this is the armature of the DC motor. So armature control means rheostat is connected in series with this armature. Rheostat is connected in series with the armature. This armature. Okay, this is the armature control method. In last case, rheostat is connected in series with the field winding. In armature control method, rheostat is connected in series with the armature winding. In series with the armature winding. This is the armature of the DC motor. So we know that back EMF is proportional to back EMF equal to V minus IRA. Back EMF equal to V minus IRA. Is when supply voltage V and armature resistance RA is kept at constant. So armature resistance is constant. The supply voltage is also constant. Speed is directly proportional to armature current. So how we control this armature current? This is armature current, IA. How we control the armature current? By varying the total resistance of the circuit. So that means some external resistance is added in series with the armature. So external resistance added means current varies. Current varies means IRA drop varies. IRA drop varies means back EMF varies. Back EMF varies means speed varies because speed is proportional to back EMF. If flux is kept at constant, this flux is kept at constant, no, the field current constant, flux constant. Flux constant means speed is proportional to back EMF. If you vary the back EMF by varying this resistance drop, IRA, speed of the motor varies. Thus, if we add resistance in series with the armature, IA decreases and hence speed decreases. Greater resistance in series with the armature, greater decrease in speed. That means the speed of the DC motor is varied by varying external resistance in series with the armature. By varying resistance, IRA drop varies. IRA drop varies means this speed varies because IRA varies, back EMF varies. Back EMF varies means speed varies. In this manner, armature control method is possible. Same circuit, armature control method. Shunt motor means both, this is the field winding, so this is the armature winding, both are connected in parallel. So in armature control, speed control method, a rheostat is connected in series with the armature. This is the external rheostat. If this variable point is at this point, minimum resistance. If this variable point is at this position 1 minimum, position 2 maximum. The tapping. If this tapping is at minimum position, minimum resistance. The tapping is at maximum position, maximum resistance. That means in this manner, armature resistance is varied. In this manner, armature resistance is varied. Remember, in flux control method, DC shunt motor flux control method, the speed control method, the speed control is possible above the rated speed. Above the rated speed. What is meant by rated speed? Rated speed means when we give constant input voltage, rated value of voltage, and motor takes constant field current, rated value of field current, then the machine runs at a rated speed. We give rated voltage and rated field current. Rated field current and the rated voltage to the terminals of the DC motor. If motor runs at some speed, that speed is called rated speed. So rated flux control method is possible above rated speed control. That means machine speed control is possible above rated speed. Because we decrease the field current. We decrease the field current, flux decreases. Flux decreases means speed increases above normal value, normal speed or rated speed. Normal speed or rated speed. So here, remember this one. Normal speed. So means machine starts here and speed further increases. Speed further increases. That means this method is applicable for above rated speed control. Field control method is applicable above rated speed control. Armature control method is applicable below rated speed control. Armature control method. So suppose this is a normal speed. This is a normal speed. If you increase this resistance, speed decreases. Speed decreases in this manner. Speed decreases in this manner. So linearly, this is a linearly varies. In last case, curve. So linearly varies, speed decreases and minimum value to minimum value. So this is the maximum speed, this is the minimum speed. No resistance in the circuit, maximum speed. If resistance is added in the armature circuit, speed decreases and we get minimum speed. So at this stage, voltage is rated value, speed is also rated value. If you give rated voltage to the armature, machine runs at rated speed. If you reduce the applied voltage to the armature, speed decreases and below some normal value. So this is the armature voltage control method of the DC shunt motor. Any doubts about the armature voltage control method? Armature controller.
Yes, sir.
So this is about to shunt motor. This method we discuss about shunt motor. Shunt motor means both shunt, that is the field winding, and armature winding connected in parallel. So in armature control method, rheostat is connected in series with the armature. So this is the external rheostat. This external rheostat is connected in series with the armature. So this is the armature circuit. So this is the external resistance is connected in series with the armature circuit. So if suppose this resistance, this variable point is at minimum position. Suppose this variable point is at minimum position. So minimum position means no change in current. We apply rated voltage appears across this armature. So that means machine runs at this normal speed. At this speed. So we give rated voltage. So in this direction, same voltage appears across the armature. So same voltage appears across the armature means machine runs at rated speed. When this resistance value gradually increases from minimum value to maximum value. From minimum value to resistance increases. Resistance increases means total resistance between these 2 points. For example, from point here to here, point A to point, suppose this is point A and this is the point B. Total resistance between point A and B increases because initially armature having some resistance. Suppose armature having some resistance RA. This external resistance is RE. Suppose this RE is external resistance. So total resistance from point A to B, RAB. Suppose RAB. So RAB equal to R external plus RA, initial armature resistance. Means total resistance increases because total resistance 2 are connected in series. Total resistance increases means IA RA drop increases. So that means we know that back EMF equal to EB. Back EMF equal to P minus IA RA without external resistance. If external resistance is added, IA into RA plus R external. RA plus R external. So RA plus R external means this total value increases. This total value increases from here to here. IA into this total resistance value. This total resistance value increases, back EMF value decreases. The total resistance drop increase means because some constant input voltage is constant. Suppose input voltage we kept it constant, that is 220 volts. The 220 volts is constant, but constant minus some decrease value. That means back EMF value decreases. Back EMF value decreases because back EMF is speed is proportional to back EMF. Speed is proportional to back EMF. If back EMF value decreases, speed value also decreases. Speed value decreases means speed decreases from normal value to some minimum value, So in this manner, speed of the DC motor is changed with the help of armature voltage control. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So here we discussed about field control method, armature voltage control method of the DC shunt motors. DC shunt motors. Any doubts? Field control method and armature control method for DC shunt motor. Field control method and armature control method of DC shunt motor.
Hello, sir.
Cheppamma.
Sir, rated speed ఒకసారి చెప్పరా sir? Rated speed అంటే.
Okay. So rated speed means we give rated value of voltage. Suppose in a DC shunt motor we have armature. So this is the DC shunt motor. Armature and field. Both are connected in parallel. In DC shunt motor, armature and field both are connected in parallel. So suppose we give rated value of voltage. So that means this voltage is same for both this field winding and for armature winding. So we give rated value of voltage. That means the field winding takes rated value, given rated value of field current. This is IF is the rated field current. We apply rated voltage to the armature. So the voltage is same for both. If you apply rated voltage to the armature and rated voltage to the field winding takes a rated value. Field current is a rated value. So rated voltage to the field armature winding, rated field current to the shunt winding means the machine runs at some speed. So that speed is called rated speed. We apply rated voltage to the armature and rated current to the field winding. If you apply rated voltage to the armature, both are connected in parallel means the field winding takes rated field current. So in that case, motor runs at some speed. That speed is called rated speed. Flux control method. In flux control method, speed control is possible above rated speed. Suppose if you give rated voltage to the armature and rated field current to the field supply, machine runs at 1500 RPM. This is called rated speed. Suppose this is the rated speed. In flux control method, speed control is possible above rated speed. Above rated speed means above 1500 RPM, speed is varied. From 1500 RPM, speed increases 1600, 1700, 1800, 1900. In flux control method. In armature control method, speed control is possible below rated speed. Below rated speed means 1500 below. 1450, 1400, 1300, 1200 like that. There are some limits depending upon the minimum field current required, minimum voltage required. There are some limits. Suppose this is the rated speed. Minimum speed is possible approximately 1200 RPM. 1200 RPM. This is the minimum speed. 1800 RPM is the maximum speed possible. So that means flux control is possible only from 1500 to 1800. Armature control is possible only from 1500 to 1200 RPM. So this is the armature control method. This is the flux control method. Flux control is possible from 1500 to 1800 RPM. Armature control is possible from 1500 to 1200 RPM. This is all approximations. Some small variations is also allowed depending upon the machine rating. This machine, suppose this machine having 1500 RPM rated speed. Another machine having 2000 RPM rated speed. So in that case, above rated speed means above 2000 RPM. Below rated speed means below 2000 RPM. I will consider here 1500 RPM is the rated speed for this motor. So this is a small example for rated speed control. Above rated speed control and below rated speed control. Above rated speed control, flux control. Below rated speed control, armature control. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any doubts further? Okay, this is all about to speed control of DC shunt motor by field control method and armature control method. So third one, potential divider control. This is also for shunt motor. Third one, potential divider control or voltage. This is also called voltage control, not armature voltage control. Voltage control method or potential divider control method. Potential divider means resistance. This is a potential divider, not a rheostat. We connect the here potential divider. Rheostat is connected for the potential divider connection. Potential divider connection. So a rheostat means we have three terminals. Actually, in rheostat we have three terminals. So here three terminals are connected. In last two cases, only two terminals are connected. Remember, for potential divider connection, rheostat three terminals are connected. Terminal 1, terminal 2, variable terminal 3. So this is the variable terminal. Variable terminal 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Three terminals are connected. That connection is called potential divider connection. Last case. So here two terminals are connected. See, terminal 1 is connected. Terminal 1 is connected, and so that means fixed one variable and one fixed is connected. That is two terminals are connected here. This is called rheostat connection. Variable rheostat connection. So in this connection, three terminals are connected. Terminal 1 and terminal 2, terminal 3. Two fixed terminals and one variable terminal. Three terminals are connected. Then this connection is called potential divider connection. In this potential divider connection, suppose we give rated voltage to the supply 220 volts to the potential divider. So suppose this is the 220 volt supply we give to this potential divider. This potential divider gives output voltage from 220 to output voltage from 0 to 220. 0 to 220. So 0 value to 220. That means input to this potential divider is 220 volts. Output to this potential divider equal to from 0 value to 220 value. Minimum value or minimum output voltage from this potential divider is 0, and maximum output from this potential divider equal to 220 volts. In this manner, voltage applied to these two circuits are varied. Voltage applied to these two circuits are varied. So input to the potential divider is 220. Output from the potential divider is varied from 0 to 220. This is a variable voltage supply, DC voltage variable supplying device. Potential divider divides the input voltage. Divides the input voltage. So suppose this variable terminal varies from here to here. Start point at, suppose this potential divider, this variable potential point is at the start point in this direction at point 2. So voltage applied to this armature equal to almost 0. Almost 0. Small voltage drop occurs. So if you vary this potential divider connection or a variable terminal from start to maximum value, applied voltage to the armature increases. Suppose at the minimum position, this is the speed. At minimum position, this is the speed. When you vary this variable terminal in this manner from start to maximum, speed of the motor gradually increases and reaches to normal speed. Some normal speed, that is a rated speed. So in this manner, speed of the motor varies. with the help of a potential divider control. So actually these methods are not in our syllabus, Ward linear system and multi-voltage control method. This is not important. The speed control of a series motor. Speed control of a series motor. Last slides we will discuss about speed control of a shunt motor. We have three methods for speed control of shunt motors: flux control, armature control, potential divider control, potential divider voltage control. Here for series motor, see flux control method, how we control flux of the series motor. Remember, in series motor, armature and field both are connected in the series. Armature and field both are connected in the series. In series motor, armature and field both are connected in series. So that's why this is called series motor. In shunt motor, field and armature both are connected in parallel. So that's why that is called shunt motor. See, this is the field winding. Actually, always remember, shunt motor field winding is represented with only 2 turns, not many more turns. Shunt motor, series motor field winding is represented with small turns, only 2 turns, like this. So just simply 2 turns only, simply 2 turns, not more than 3 turns or like this. Series motor field turns are represented with only 2 turns only. So in flux control methods for series motor speed control, flux control method, first one, field diverter. Field diverter means a diverter is connected in parallel with this field winding. So this is the field winding. A rheostat is connected in parallel with this field winding. Because if you connect a rheostat in series with the field winding, so that rheostat gives variable voltage also to the armature, because both are connected in series. In series motor, field and armature both are connected in series. If you connect this rheostat in series, control the flux of the field winding. So voltage across the armature also varies. To avoid that one, here rheostat is connected in parallel with the field winding. This is called field diverter control. See, for field diverter control, a variable resistance is connected in parallel to the series field winding. Winding is connected in series with the armature. So this is the armature as shown in figure. This variable resistor is called as a diverter. This is called diverter. Diverter means bypassing the current taken by the motor. Diverter, as described, the amount of current can be diverted through this resistor, and hence current through the field coil can be decreased. So some current is passed through this diverter, means current through this field coil decreases. Hence current through this field coil changes, means flux is decreased. So flux changes means speed changes, because speed is inversely proportional to flux. Speed is inversely proportional to flux. So speed is inversely proportional to flux means flux changes, speed changes. So some current is bypassed through this diverter. So field flux decreases. So field current decreases. Therefore, field flux decreases. Field flux decreases means speed increases. In this manner, speed of the DC series motor is controlled. DC series motor is controlled, because speed is inversely proportional to flux. So if you want to allow more current to this diverter, current through this field circuit decreases, flux decreases, speed increases. If you increase the diverter resistance, current through this diverter decreases. Current through this diverter decreases means current through this coil increases. Current increases means flux increases. Flux increases means speed decreases. In this manner, DC series motor speed is controlled with the help of a field diverter by changing the field flux. Second one, armature diverter. Second one, armature diverter. So the armature diverter, field diverter and armature diverter. So in field diverter is connected in parallel to the field winding. In armature diverter, a diverter is connected in parallel to the armature. So this is the diverter resistance. This is the armature, this is the diverter, connected in parallel with the diverter. A diverter is connected across the armature, as shown in figure. For a given constant load torque, if load torque is constant, torque is proportional to, you know that torque is proportional to flux and armature current. We derive this equation. Armature torque is proportional to field flux and armature current. Torque is proportional to flux and armature current. So this torque is proportional to flux and armature current. This will result in an increase in the circuit current take from the supply, and hence flux will also increase. So that means to maintain constant torque, flux changes means armature current also changes. Subsequently, speed of the motor also changes, because flux changes means speed of the motor changes. This flux changes means the speed of the motor changes. So in this manner, speed of the DC series motor is controlled with diverter control method, with the armature diverter control method. So another same flux control method of series motor, tapped field control. Tapped field control means tappings are provided for field winding. This is the field winding. Tapping 1, tapping 2, tapping 3, tapping 4. This is a variable jack. This variable jack is varying from these tappings. Field coil is tapped, diverting number of turns. That means field winding turns are varied. Thus we can select a value of flux. In this manner, flux is varied. Flux is varied means speed of the motor varies. By varying tapped field coil, speed of the motor varies. Paralleling the field coils. Fourth one, we have paralleling the field coils. Parallel means field coils are connected in parallel. Field coils are connected in parallel combination. So both are field coils. Both series field coils are connected in parallel. In this method, several speeds can be obtained by regrouping the coils, and different coil, group 1, group 2, group 3, and we connect to parallel combinations. So that means speed of the motor varied by paralleling the field coils. Here we connect 2 coils. In some cases it may be 3. But limited control, not smooth control. It gives a stepped variable control. Here also, in tapped field control also we obtain the stepped speed control, not smooth speed control. In a parallel field coils also we obtain stepped speed control, like this. Thank you. Any doubts? In last class also we will discuss starters of the DC motors. That is also very important. Starters and speed control of the DC motors are very important. Today we will discuss speed control. In last class about the starters of the DC motors. Who is 260? 260.
Sir.
So what is the need?
Hello.
Okay, what is the need of speed control? So what is the relation between speed and back EMF? Speed is proportional to back EMF. 260.
Sir. Hello.
Speed is proportional to back EMF.
Sir, మీ వాయిస్ క్లారిటీ లేదు సార్, బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది సార్.
నాకు మాత్రం నీ వాయిస్ గట్టిగా అనిపిస్తుంది, చెవులు నొప్పి వస్తున్నాయి. అది సరే. 208. 208. 208. So what is the relation between speed and back EMF?
Hello, sir.
Relation between speed and back EMF. వీడియో కూడా ఆన్ చేయమ్మా 208 వీడియో ఆన్ చేయి చెప్పు రిలేషన్ బిట్వీన్ స్పీడ్ అండ్ బ్యాక్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ మాట్లాడమ్మా తెలుసా తెలీదా చెప్పేటప్పుడు చూడవా స్క్రీన్ మీద ఎటు చూస్తా స్క్రీన్ మీద రాశాను కదా స్పీడ్ ఈజ్ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు బ్యాక్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ అని బ్యాక్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఫార్ములా తెలుసా ఫార్ములా ఫర్ బ్యాక్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ చెప్పు ఫార్ములా ఫర్ బ్యాక్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ బ్యాక్ ఈఎంఎఫ్
equal to P by N Z.
PB equal to pi Z by 60 pi Z by 60 into P by A
Into R. Yes.
P by A. So once motor design means poles are constant and armature parallel paths also constant, conductors also constant, 60 is also constant. That means back EMF is proportional to, so this back EMF is proportional to flux and speed.
Flux and speed.
Flux and speed. From this speed is proportional to back EMF by flux. Speed is proportional to back EMF by
Back
flux.
EMF by
Flux. So అదే కదా అడిగింది వాట్ ఇస్ ద రిలేషన్ బిట్వీన్ స్పీడ్ మీన్స్ స్పీడ్ ఈజ్ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు బ్యాక్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ అండ్ ఇన్వర్స్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ ఫ్లక్స్ నెక్స్ట్ 260
హలో సార్
వీడియో ఆన్ చేయమా ఒకసారి నువ్వు ఆఫ్ చేయమ్మా 208 ఆఫ్ చేయి 260 చెప్పమ్మా వాట్ ఈస్ రిలేషన్ బిట్వీన్ స్పీడ్ అండ్ ఫ్లక్స్ DC మోటార్ స్పీడ్ అండ్ ఫ్లక్స్
సార్
relation between speed and flux
ఇన్వర్స్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ సార్
so field control method is applicable above rated speed or below rated speed field control method above rated speed armature control method
below rated speed sir.
Okay thank you 279 who is 279
వీడియో తల్లో చేపెడతాయండి
279 ఎవరు 279 ఎవరు
నవీన్ సార్
వీడియో ఆన్ చేయి నవీనా 279 నవీన్ so how you control the DC series motor speed control one method
by using rheostats connected in series with shunt field.
So that is DC shunt motor. I am asking about DC series motor.
DC series motor sir.
ముందుగా స్క్రీన్ మీద ఉంది చూడమ్మా స్క్రీన్ మీద ఉన్నది కనిపించట్లేదు ఫీల్డ్ డైవర్టర్ and armature diverter. Field diverter means rheostat is connected in parallel with the series field coil. Armature diverter means rheostat is connected in that one.
Armature parallel sir. Thanks.
Okay. So with this, I will end this class today. We will meet tomorrow's class. Thank you.